And it's air signs for May. Time for the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, let's see if anybody pops on. If you do, feel free to pop up some chats. And whether you're watching this live or later, does not matter. It is your messages for May. From the guides, from Divine, what you're intended to know for May. And let's see what comes out. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see for May. All right. Gotta start. I'm gonna fix my camera. That's kind of a funky thing that's happening. And then we just check a couple things. We will get started. We've been going live with the readings this month. And I have to reiterate, this is what I said for the fire signs, which were the first ones we went live with last night. And it is a message from Spirit for May, because this is what I was given when I was, found out I was supposed to go live with the readings, because I was settling in to record them as I always do. Got the message I was supposed to go live, and it was like, I'm supposed to what? Because I don't know, I love engaging, but just the live element's a little intense for a Libra, okay? We Libras like to, have a little more control than that. We like to have a little more, a little more wiggle room, right? So it was funny because I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And then again tonight, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. And the message that's coming through, hey again, Trista, and hey Lee, thanks for being here. And thank you again for popping up the timestamps. That's really helpful. Thank you, Trista. Hey again, Sherry. And it has been amazing to connect with everybody live here. But what I was just saying was with the live element, the message that we talked about last night, there's a message from Spirit that's like, this is what is going to be important in May. It's just to do that, just to go, just to do it. When Spirit says, or when your guidance says, or when you just, your soul says, this is what we're supposed to do. Just dive into that. There's going to be no more hemming and hawing, okay? No more of that. It's just about diving in and doing it. Okay, hey, Bobby. Hey again. Yes, all right. So we have some air signs or air sign risings. Or beautiful. Okay, and is there anything else coming through in general? No, we're going to dive into some other topics in a separate video, I think. But for now, we're just going to delve into the signs, starting with Gemini. Okay, and let's see what's coming through. Scorpio, Sun, Libra, Moon, Aquarius, Rising. Wow, lots of air there, Lee. Okay, Trista, Aquarius, Sun. Nice. Okay, so this is for Gemini. Thank you. The Gemini for May. We start with the Hierophant. This is allowing the way you view authority and the way you view authority in your life, the way authority affects you, the way you view yourself through the eyes of authority figures. Because you can see here with this book, the eyes kind of like looking, just sort of taking in. And it's like, how do you see yourself in the eyes of an authority figure? You may have an opportunity this month in May to kind of face that down. You may have an opportunity to, this may be just an energetic thing, or this may be that in the physical, you're going to be, hey, Jen, you're going to be actually sort of speaking your truth and saying, you know what? The divine is my authority. And I don't really care anymore how I look through these eyes. Okay. I'm not going to do things by the book anymore. I'm rewriting the book, with the divine. That's what that's about. Okay. So let's see what else is happening for. So I'm getting a little bit of an attitude for Gemini. Yes, just as I said that. This Nine of Pentacles comes out with a card with a lot of attitude. This deck and the lighting may not be the best for you seeing the detail, but she's just kicking back and very supported. Has this like, wild cat defending her. And it's like, hey, you can't really touch me. I'm divinely supported. I'm resting in that knowledge of that support. If you want to mess with me, you're going to get this wild cat, So you're in a place where you're just no longer going to be judged, Gemini. You're no longer going to be held to the standard that just doesn't apply for you anymore, okay? Yeah, because you're moving into your happiness. You're moving into your harmony. This is the Four of Wands. And it's this beautiful divine family. And, there have been a lot of rabbit sinks, Jen, lately. So, this is about following where your soul has been leading you, and it's been leading you to this home. So this is what you're following, not what someone says you're supposed to do, not some old outdated idea of how you're supposed to be, because this is the Hierophant. It may apply for some of you to an actual marriage. Again, you are supported. You are, you have everything you need, and you're being led home. Yeah. And you are successful, Gemini. You have nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. And I'm not even seeing you worrying in May, Gemini. Let me pull one more card before I say that. But so far, I'm not really seeing you worrying. No, I'm not. I'm not. Because you're like, I don't need anybody. This is the Hermit. And, with the Hermit and you facing down this Hierophant energy, you're just kind of like, who's the boss of me? Like me and God. That's it. And that through this kind of like independent, like, hey, you're not going to tell me how it's going to be for me. I'm following my guidance. I'm going to my home that's right for me. I have everything I need. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. That's what I'm getting for Gemini. And it's not that you won't, have anybody, because you certainly do with this beautiful Four of Wands. It's just, it's not a need. That's going to be a beautiful reflection of this inner independence, this inner strength and this divine connection, okay? All right, so let's see what oracle messages are coming out for Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, you have this karma card, which I know that Sagittarius also had, and transcending that karma. Okay, transcendence. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so with this Hierophant and this independence and this kind of putting to an end all of that, being judged, being held to a standard. Nice. You're coming up out of that. You're coming into this sense of, again, not solitude, but strength within yourself. So see how in this transcendence card, you're rising up, you're rising up, you're rising up within your own strength. You're coming out of this place of being kind of inward and maybe oppressed even, but definitely kind of, under someone else's control to an extent, to rising up into your own strength. And part of that is rising up out of these old karmic things. See, there's a lot of kind of, I really want to say like, well, there's just a lot of masculine, feminine dynamic here. Yeah. Here it's showing this couple that in a past life, she's died here and he's holding her. And so there's things they have to kind of work out in this life that they may not understand. And of course, there's a lot of that. But part of that for you, Gemini, is around authority. So maybe around kind of a patriarchy shift, from that kind of, if you are, whatever gender you are, there may be a shift around that masculine, feminine authority balance, okay, or power balance in your life specifically, and in your soul journey specifically, as you, move through this part of your soul path. Okay. So that's happening in May. You also have this beautiful Yeshua. I believe that Sagittarius also had this. Yeah. God of unity. And it is this Jesus figure. And it's about, again, coming into this wholeness within yourself. And through that wholeness within yourself, you can connect to others from a really pure, and yes, Sagittarius got that. Thank you, Sherry. For a really pure and divine place, you're connecting to others now, because Gemini, you will have cleared, all that karmic stuff, all that stuff that needed to be cleared, that could get out of the way, so that you could really connect on a deeper level. So pretty profound month for you, on your soul journey, going through all those layers of meaning, and yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry. So in the Lenormand deck, Gemini, you have the fish, which are about abundance. This card is also about emotional depth, diving through the depths of your emotional journey. So I am seeing May being a month of a lot of clearing for you, Gemini, and a lot of getting to, releasing stuff, so that you can move into more and more and more and more freedom, and more abundance. And as we said before, that door slamming, it's just kind of like there's a finality to some things going on for you, Gemini, in May. There's a finality where you're just like, I am done with this type of whatever. Okay. But again, it's moving you into more freedom. It's moving you into more abundance. Okay. And more of your life being a reflection of your true soul, your authenticity. So you also have what Capricorn had in the Lenormand deck, this lucky roll of the dice. And here for Gemini, I'm getting it to be about you taking a risk, you betting on yourself, you saying, I'm no longer going to be at the mercy of what others think, what others would tell me. I am going to take a gamble on myself, and I'm going to win. It's going to be great because it's me and the divine. So there's going to be something in May where you're really kind of taking a risk, but you could know that it's a sure thing. Yep, because you have a lot of threes in this reading, and threes are that number of just you in balance within and the divine, that Holy Trinity. And I'm getting a lot of that energy for you, Gemini. It is like you and God, like eye to eye, God lifting you over the obstacles, God taking you into new heights and into longevity, abundance in longevity. Being with you in this climb. And making your mark, I'm also getting. This is about making your mark. Again, rising above that idea of authority, or of, who was important before, sort of rewriting history kind of feeling is what I'm getting for you, Gemini. It's like you're rewriting the books. You are rewriting your story. It's really powerful. So, this may even be a time, Gemini, where you're thinking about writing like your story in some way, sharing your journey, and where you found strength and all of that, or at least you're thinking about it, or just kind of seeing your life that way. Okay, beautiful. So this is your cardamom message, Gemini. Let's see. Wow, so 2 of clubs, which is about you really, I'm just seeing this like you connecting with your own essence in this new and powerful way to move into these broader horizons is what I'm seeing. And again, just you and the divine. It really, in May for you, Gemini, does not feel like it's about other people a lot, much at all, except with you asserting yourself and saying, this is what's no longer really going to work for me. Okay. I'm in a much more powerful place now, and I'm just not going to be at the mercy, or judged by these other standards or, what you think I should do. Okay. So whatever shifts that causes, whatever shifts that, I don't know how to, whatever shifts that makes or make in your life is what's going to happen, because it's going to reflect in your life to, in whatever way it will. I'm just getting like, let the chips fall where they may. And that's your power with that dice. You are in this place of knowing, like, I am rolling the dice. I'm betting on myself. Let the chips fall where they may. Okay. Let's see what message comes out for you, Gemini, from this Divine Energy Oracle. Whoa. I love it. I love this so much. Embrace your power. I mean, this is the whole reading. This one card is the whole reading we just had. So very confirming. Embrace your power. That's what it's all about. For you in May, Gemini, embracing your power. I mean, I just took, 16 minutes to say that, but that's really what it's about. Yeah, Trista. Wow. Wow, Gemini. Okay. Step into and embrace that power. You are being supported in that. And let the chips fall where they may. Okay. All right. Next is Libra. Libra card just came flying out. What is it? Strength. It's strength. Okay. Yeah, damn, Jen. Strength. Okay. So it's funny, interesting, amazing. Because right as this card flew out, I was feeling like a heart chakra pain. And here she's holding her heart. Hey, Rachel. Holding her heart here, very vulnerably, but strongly. So this is finding that strength in your vulnerability. It may hurt, it may be like, kind of good pain, in the heart, because you are moving forward. You are putting your heart out there, and maybe for the first time. Yes, Sherry, Spirit is awesome. It's completely awesome. It's amazing how that happens. So in May, Libra, you're going to be persevering by leading with your heart in a very vulnerable way. Very vulnerable but strong way. Because look what a warrior she is. And it's like you're going to find strength in May, Libra, that you did not realize you had. Okay. All right. And also the Seven of Cups. Okay. In this deck, it's really about, this is about your guidance saying, be careful of the tendency to try to make it look like everything's fine and sort of cover up that vulnerability. Be careful of that in May. Did you know when we started, and if you were here when we started, and I said, Libras kind of don't, the live thing doesn't appeal to me as a Libra, because it's like we kind of want to have things look like they're under control. Don't want to look like a hot mess. Don't want to look like we can't handle it. So there's that mask. And there's that scrutiny of others, right? So it's feeling the eyes of others upon you in May, and you having that Libra tendency to be like, I am fine. But remember, your strength is going to be through showing that you're not that fine. Look, she's kind of beat up. She's got a patch over her eye. She's had it, but she's strong. She's got all, it doesn't look like she's had a picnic, and she does have kind of the world on her shoulders, with these cities on her shoulders. So it's like, look at these two. One is kind of trying to manage it all, stumbling around and dropping things, but trying to look good with a mask. And the other is bearing the weight of the world through that divine strength. May not look as pretty, right? But it's strong and vulnerable and good, okay? And what you're being guided to do. Okay, so let's see what else is happening with Libra. Eight of Pentacles. It's going to be really important this month. Libra, I think you've gotten this a couple months in a row. It's really, really important for you to focus on the task at hand, to focus on the guidance at hand, to focus really closely on what you're being shown to do now and just grind it out. You know, I'm just getting like Mr. Miyagi, like wax on, wax off. Don't worry about why. Don't worry about why. Don't be like, you know, Mr. Miyagi, why am I doing this? Anybody remember? I mean, not the remakes, like the real Karate Kid, and not in a retro way where you watched it, you know, because, wow, this was cool way back when. I'm talking about first generation Ralph Macchio. Anybody remember? Jen, you remember? I remember. Anybody else? I'm going to wait while you tell me your memories of Karate Kid. I'm not. I might. I'm waiting. Oh, Uriel remembers. Awesome. One person. That's all I needed. Okay. Because you know there's all kinds of throwback things now about it. I could go on. Not going to. There's a whole thing about Cobra Kai. There's a show. I'm not going to go there. So synchronistically, what I'm showing you, Libra, is that May is going to be a month where, like, you know, it's going to help you to kind of whistle while you work, you know, kind of laugh in the midst of what you're doing. Just focus on the task at hand and don't get too lost in, why am I doing this? What's the battle you're preparing me for, Mr. Miyagi? Because I'm freaked out. Don't get in that space. Yeah, just sweep the knee, like Jen says, just sweep that knee. But don't even worry about sweeping the knee yet, because you're just focusing on Mr. Miyagi showing you the motion of, what's that one? You know, chopping the wood, whatever it is. Is this resonating? You're not in battle yet. You're being prepared, okay? Don't let that freak you out. Just do the Mr. Miyagi thing. Do what the guides are showing you to do in May, okay? Yes, Rachel, standing in your truth, you know, in this strength, in this vulnerability, absolutely. Vulnerability meaning self-love, meaning letting your heart lead you, meaning not wearing a mask, meaning being your authentic self. That's what vulnerability means. It means being true to you and what you're doing. People interpret it, or are conditioned to interpret it, as meaning, you know, being, you know, just opening yourself up to whatever. That's not what it is, okay? It's just being authentically you and having strength through that. Not feeling like you have to try to look a certain way, okay? And look, you're successful. Karate Kid winning the battle with this knee sweep, crane move. I'm going to stop. But when a karate card comes out, I will resume. And also scream. So this is about success and abundance. Yep. We're on Libra, Tamika. Libra. And when this is up on the replay, you can see Gemini, which we've already done. Okay. Hey, Susan. Hey from Canada. Hey to Canada. Okay. So last for Libra, let's see. And out of this deck. It's a Three of Pentacles. Nice. So this is, see how timid she is, and she's moving into her, it's like moving into a new house, moving into a new life, moving into a new apartment. It's like, you know, you're moving in and you are setting up, you know, so it feels new. Something feels new. Something feels, I mean, it's like, you know, all this stuff you've been being prepared for in May, all of this stuff where, you know, you're just stepping into your authenticity. You're stepping into your strength that way. You're just following your guidance, wax on, wax off. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. And you're successful because you're building, you're putting the cornerstone of this new life in place. Again, this is not the time in May where you are, you know, doing everything. May is the time where you're taking these steps into this reality, but you're definitely taking it step by step, following that guidance. Okay, let's see what's coming out of the oracle. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Oracle for Libra. Okay. Unconditional love. And here it's two feminines holding babies, and it's just this pure, unconditional, pure love. And I'm seeing this card also, it's about connecting with your own inner child. You know, when we're talking about that vulnerability, taking care of yourself, being authentic, really coming full circle with yourself, connecting with your pure divine essence. And doing that and having that reflected to you. Okay. Beautiful. Very, very pure energy for you, Libra, in May. Even starting with that strength card of just connecting with your purity and finding your strength in that through whatever happens. Okay. But here is where you might have to throw down a little bit, Karate Kid style, boundaries. Okay, so there is going to be, Libra, there are going to be opportunities for you to define and, you know, be clear. And she's holding this sword, you know, about your boundaries. So this is where those opportunities to use all that Mr. Miyagi training may come in. If you're tested, if, you know, someone's like, you know, just sort of going to try and see if you're the old you, you know, then you might have to exercise those boundaries or that sword, okay, in whatever way. I'm just trying to read a couple comments and see. Okay, so kind of similar to Gemini in you coming in to your power, but it's more about you standing in your authenticity and your vulnerability, because look at this. Openness. And a lot of balance in this reading, because that unconditional love card was two women. This is actually two men. So a lot of masculine, feminine balance going on here. And this is a card about balance because it's a number 2 card. And really, Libra, I mean, just like the strongest message I'm getting for you here is that what's going to lead you forward, what's going to be your guide, your strength in May, is that vulnerability, is that openness, is that heart leading you. Wow. Okay, let's see what the Lenormand message is for Libra. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Spirits blow me away tonight. I mean, always, and especially tonight with the consistency of the messages and all the cards. I mean, are you seeing this? All right. So the Lenormand message for Libra. Just going to fill into this. Okay. Well, Susan, I'm glad you're here now. And it'll be on replay if you missed any that you wanted to see. Okay. So, Libra, this is cool. This is cool. Because in this first card, it's the feminine waiting to receive and holding a rose that she wants to offer to someone. Okay. So she's waiting in this open, vulnerable, feminine energy, waiting to receive and waiting to offer this rose of her love to someone, to give this rose. But she's also just in this place of also, really sort of basking in her authenticity in her own heart, like that first card. And what's interesting here to me is that in the next card, there's the cage with the key and a rose inside that cage. Huh. The key. So there's a sense of, that this could be twofold. This can, however this resonates for you, but the two messages I'm getting for this is, one is This feminine is sort of waiting to be freed with the key, waiting to be freed. And that rose is representing that love, that passion, that heart. Okay. And the other is that someone else, the key is that she is the key to someone else's freedom. That she holds the key to someone else's freedom within. Okay. Just feel into what resonates with that with you. But that's something about, I am feeling that key and the lock and all those two roses. It is something about partnership and, you know, someone or both coming into this freedom in May through that openness. And then, so the labyrinth is also here, and it's a 7. And this card always comes to me with the message that, you know, things might get confusing, things might get kind of stirred up. You may have moments in May, of course, where you, in the 3D, in the physical, in just your life dealings, you know, you're like, which way do I go? Which way do I turn? Other people may confuse you, you know, see how they're wandering around. But to stay focused on your center, and you see the white birds there, it's like, look up and find your guidance there. When you look up, you're going to see those white birds. That's going to lead you to the center. Okay, so just look up for your guidance, not to other people, is what I'm trying to say there. I do want to, I just feel like there's a little more with this woman and the key. I just want to ask for a little more clarification here. It's just intriguing me. This woman and the key, please, thank you. Wow. Well, it's the key to the castle. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Gemini had some energy about coming home, and that's what I'm feeling here too. This is like, you know, the key being the key to the castle. So like when you allow your heart to unlock, Libra, which is happening this month, it's going to unlock your castle, your queendom, your kingdom, your home. Okay, beautiful. Keys to the castle. Okay, so the Cardavancy message for Libra. Thank you. Take a minute to come out. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, okay. The Jack of Spades. Communication, a message. And I did have some throat chakra stuff a little bit earlier in the Libra reading. So this is going to be either you needing to deliver message, speak to someone in a way that is very clear, and that boundaries card is coming to mind. So speaking about your boundaries might be some kind of like redefinition of a relationship, or all your relationships, or many of them. Or this could be a message that you're receiving in May. But I am definitely feeling that this has to do with those boundaries. So either way, whether it's you speaking or someone giving you a message, it's going to test those boundaries, or it's going to be about you speaking those boundaries. Okay. It's going to be about you, that aspect of your power. And it's an interesting kind of, you know, paradox, I guess, that for Libra, it's all about vulnerability and openness in May, but it's also about boundaries. Those two things are actually the same, because they're both about self-love and honoring the self. It's not about boundary, you know, boundary is not really a great word for it, but it's really about honoring yourself, and that, you know, sort of setting a requirement or setting a standard for others to honor you as well. Okay, that's what boundary really means. It's not like a line that separates you from others. Okay. And the Divine Energy Oracle message for Libra for May. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad it resonates, Susan. Yes, self-love. So for Libra, fun. Begin to explore. Begin to explore. And, you know, we got that Three of Pentacles that that Spirit said is the beginning of something. You're definitely, you know, following those steps to come into this beginning. And here in this card, look how it's like these kind of shadowy figures sort of emerging into this Eiffel Tower scene. And it's like one is almost pulling the other into the scene. Can you see that? It's like the one is pulling the other into the reality. And I really feel this going back to that Lenormand message with the woman and the key. And it's like someone's helping pull you in to this new place that you're going to explore. It's so beautiful. Yep. Lovely. Thank you. Yeah, that was really very ethereal message for Libra, but really beautiful. Yep. Twin flame love. Key. I can see that, Christy. Okay. So this is for Aquarius. And the first card come out for Aquarius is the Six of Swords. So, oh, that's beautiful, Christy. Open up and you'll be able to come home. Yes, I love it. That's nice, Christy. So for Aquarius, Six of Swords, you're moving away from the pain once and for all. You're done with it. Whatever has been painful to you, whatever has been, you know, not working for you, you're done with it. You're done with it. You're done with it. You're moving away. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Also Three of Pentacles like Libra, Aquarius. So moving away from the pain, moving into, I'm getting this to be sanctuary. So there's somewhere that's a safer place. This may be literal for some of you, actually moving. Yeah, for some of you Aquariuses, you're actually moving like out of something that's kind of dangerous, maybe, hopefully not, but yeah, to a safe place, physically safe place, a sanctuary. But also for others, you're just moving out of these old patterns that are no longer right for you into safer and more constructive ways of being. Yeah, Trista. Okay. So I'm really getting for you, Aquarius. It's about moving from kind of danger to safety, whatever that means. That could just be energetic. That could be very physical, very, very real. Okay. But there's Wheel of Fortune here. So just know that there's something about that Six of Swords that's very much part of your soul path. You know, you had to be there, and now it's your time to move out. So no guilt, any conflicting feelings, any like doubt. You're just gonna remember that it's not really a choice. It's time. You know, it's just time in your soul journey to move out of that old way and into the new. Beautiful. This is kind of flying out for you, Aquarius. The Magician. Okay, you've manifested this new beginning. You've already manifested it. You've already co-created it with the divine. So now it's just time for you to take that action. To take that action to actually, you know, because the only thing now that is kind of that could be even holding you back a little bit from living in that manifestation now is those old patterns, those old thoughts, those old, Three of Pentacles coming out again, that old energy. So it's just important for you to move away from it. It's going to be like quitting a bad habit. Just keep going. Every time that old energy comes up, just sort of, you know, replace it with the new. King of Pentacles. I'm going to ask for clarification about this. This can mean a couple things here. For Aquarius, this King of Pentacles, clarification, please. Also the Three of Pentacles again. Okay. It's getting complicated, Aquarius. Let's see. Clarification for this King of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Star. Oh, well, it's here. Yeah. Yeah. So what you and Rachel, dropping what doesn't work anymore. Yeah, for sure with that Six of Swords. Yes. dropping what doesn't work anymore. And really what I'm saying here is once you do that, I mean, your manifestation's already here. Whatever you've manifested is already here. The King of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles come to, his throne, come home. Okay. So what that means is the Knight of Pentacles is something being carried into your physical slowly but surely. It's like you placed an order. The order is being delivered. And then the King of Pentacles is it's there. It's a reality. You're no longer waiting for it. It's there. But you do have to open your eyes to it. See how his eyes are kind of like, you can't really see through those eyes, or maybe you're just not seeing clearly. Because then it's clarified by the Four of Cups, which is telling me that whatever that manifestation is, whatever you've co-created, Aquarius, you're not quite grabbing it. You are, or this may just be a guidance to make sure you don't do this, holding on to comfort. Holding on to comfort at the expense of receiving what's being offered to you. More rabbit sinks, Jen, if you're still here. So it's, that's the only thing keeping you from receiving. So once you do that, Six of Swords moving away from the old, I know all that train confirmation, Sherry, for sure. Your manifestations of your desires, the star, are here already with that King of Pentacles. They're already here. And Rachel, that's really cool what you're saying, letting go of the old to bring in the new. Yes. The thing that's important to emphasize for Aquarius here is that the new is here. So it's like this picture that you ordered something big, something really big, a car or furniture, something huge. And, for your new place. Okay. You ordered something really huge and the delivery is here. It's actually here. It's sitting out there. Okay. But your place is still filled with the old stuff. So where are they going to put it? You have to quickly, it's time to move that old stuff out of the back door, because you need to have the room immediately to take in this new. It's here. So it's a step beyond even letting go of the old to bring in the new. It's moving out the old because the new is here. Like, let's move it quickly, right? Okay. So very quickly in May, it's time to release that old and get it out of there. Thinking of putting all the old stuff in a cargo. Yeah, exactly. Trista, great image. Putting all the stuff on the cargo train and just moving out just like that. Quickly, quickly, quickly. With urgency, I'm getting for you, Aquarius, in May. Ooh. Okay, so your oracle message from the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine Oracle. This is really interesting. Miscommunication. Now this does feel like it has something to do with that Six of Swords. Interesting. There's a standoff of some type. I'm gonna ask for some clarification about this miscommunication. It's like you feel that you have spoken your truth very clearly, but there's more to be understood there by the other person. Okay. The words are not matching the energy. And there are things that need to be cleared out of the way in order for you to communicate clearly, in order for you to even communicate your truth clearly. Because remember, your truth, what you've been speaking, or what you've been perceiving as your truth, what you've been speaking, has been very informed by that, what you're moving away from with the Six of Swords, if that makes sense. You're moving away from all that old painful patterns. So anytime you were speaking before, that was from that place of what you're moving away from, you see? So what they're saying here with the energy card is like, as you're shifting, as you're releasing those old patterns, as you are transcending from that old closed off perception of yourself, that old sort of imprisoned perception of you, as you're rising up out of that and transcending that and communicating from a place that's more vulnerably powerful, just like Libra, more vulnerably powerful. As you're doing that, it will transform everything, you know, in those communications, in your relationships. Okay, Aquarius, that got really, really deep for a second. But let me just ask for a little more clarification around this for Aquarius. Okay, yeah. It's definitely about communicating from this pure place, the place of the inner child, the inner you. Yes, Rachel, not behind or from the mask. Exactly. Exactly. So Aquarius, for you, it's going to be really, really, really important this month to, when you think about that Six of Swords card, really think about leaving behind those old ways of being, those old ways of communicating, those old ways of kind of shutting yourself off, shutting yourself out. Yeah. And moving more into vulnerable and true expression of your pure self, inner self. Okay. Loving yourself in that. Okay. So the Lenormand message for Aquarius, thank you, is the dice. So what does this mean for Aquarius? It's time for you to let go of control. The dice, the ring. Let's see. Time for you to oh, the inner child again. Child again. Let that child lead you. Okay. Let that child lead you. It's time for you to start taking chances again, Aquarius. It's like for so long you've been playing things safe, and it's time for you to change that and move into taking some chances again, and not just in a reckless way, but in a way where you're just not holding yourself back. I'm getting so much for you, Aquarius, about not holding yourself back anymore. Not holding yourself back anymore. And you got the star twice, and it is about following that star of your desires, that star of your guidance, that star of your inner child's desires. What does your inner child want and need? And for many of you, Aquarius, that may have to do with an actual child and what you want for that child. I'm getting, you know, what kind of life do you want for that child? If you're moving away from patterns that are, you know, destructive and unhealthy for you, then you're then giving that, you're giving that beautiful new life to that child as well. Okay. Gorgeous. Thank you, Tamika. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you for the confirmation for the Gemini reading. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. You have no idea what that means to me. And what, I mean, Spirit knew, but I didn't, how much the live readings would be amazing for connecting with you. It really is. To see how things resonate, you know, instantly is just next level mind-blowing. And I just want to thank Spirit and thank you, and definitely thank you for the support and donations. That means more than I can say. So I want to ask into this. Thank you, Susan. I want to ask into this ring, because I'm not quite clear on what this ring is for Aquarius. Let's see. Ring. Lots of noises. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So the ring here, which is about commitment. They're also showing me this kind of like circular thing in the background, almost as the Wheel of Fortune. And you had the Wheel of Fortune, talking about this being a divine time for all of this to happen. You also have the compass. And you have that star twice. So it's like follow your compass. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. Listen to that inner child. And then you have the moon. Here it's about change. Here it's about really facing those shadows and deciding what you want to take with you and listening to your intuition. I just still feel like there's more with this ring. It's funny, the Lenormand card just has me like diving deep tonight. I want to find out all these mysterious messages behind the Lenormand. Let me ask with the tarot, with this ring. Okay, I'm just not getting a clear meaning on this ring. Wheel of Fortune. Chariot. Yeah, it does have to do with moving forward. The Wheel of Fortune. Moving forward. Possibly having to do with the commitment. I mean, for some, this is going to mean something around engagement in May. Okay. Just moving further into your commitment. For many, your commitment to yourself, your commitment to your path. And just the wheel. I think they're just showing me the wheel again. Wheel of Fortune. What a critical time this is for moving from the old to the new. Yes. Can't take the old into the new. That's right, Rachel. Yes. Ooh, Trista, you were meditating on a ring earlier today. Maybe that was just for you then, because I'm kind of stumped on that. Yeah, that might just be one that's for you or for one person. Okay. All right. So what is the Cardamom message for Aquarius? Thank you. It is the Nine of Hearts. That's beautiful. The Nine of Hearts is this is like wishes coming true. This is abundance. I mean, you got the star so many times. You got that sort of your childhood wishes coming true. So, and you got all that magician energy. I'm really, really getting for you, Aquarius, that it's like just as soon as you let go of these old things, you know, everything's just rushing right in. You just can't even stop it. Like I said, it's right there, like Spirit said, it's right there at the door. It's just time to open the door, receive it, and just usher all that old stuff out the back, okay? And the Divine Oracle message for Aquarius. Thank you, Sherry. Okay. For Aquarius, Divine Energy Oracle. Aquarius. Okay. Make no judgments. Yeah. This is about not judging yourself. This is about releasing yourself from judgment. Yep. This is even about forgiving yourself. Because as you move with that Six of Swords energy out of the painful, out of the past, out of the difficult, you know, there's some degree of forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Yeah. And of course, you know, you'll never be in that old energy again. You'll never allow those things again, Aquarius. But it's about you not remaining in judgment, not remaining chained, you know, by that energy anymore, being released from that. Okay. I just felt one more wanting to come out for you, Aquarius, from this deck, and then this will be the last of the reading. Oh, wow. Okay, one more. All right, Spirit, I hear you. That's it. So I am so honored. I'm so grateful. And thank you for spending this evening with me. We'll connect again soon. I hope you have a beautiful May, and I hope you'll let me know how things resonate if you're watching this later. Talk to you later. Bye.